three stages of getting a prayer answered. Number one is a heart posture. There are certain prayers that you're asking for. There are certain desires that you're asking God for that is not bad because God made those desires, but the intention behind those desires is bad. And because of that, God has to do a renewal of a heart, as said in Jeremiah, where he says he's going to give you a new heart. Literally, one of the ways that God refines us constantly is by renewing our hearts, giving us a new heart. Now, number two is legalities. Certain prayers do not get answered because there are legalities involved, and in this case the Holy Spirit will intercede for you and let you know how you can win the case in the courts of heaven against Satan, against the reason why your prayers are not being answered. So the Holy Spirit intercedes a lot for us when there are legalities involved. Now, number three is because of waiting and also knowledge. Waiting and knowledge. There are certain prayers in which we have to wait diligently and patiently for God, and while this is going to happen, while we wait diligently and patiently for God, what we're going to see is that the Holy Spirit also intercedes in this moment in our life, and he gives us revelations and confirmations through through the desires that we have. He stewards us and he trains us for the desires that we have. So these are the three stages of why some prayers do not get answered. Now I want to add in at the last part is that just because your prayers is not getting answered does not mean that it's not getting heard. Yes, very powerful. And one of the biggest mistakes people make is to stop praying because they're not getting answered. No. If you're praying and you're not getting answered, continue to pray so that you may get an instruction concerning the prayer that you're praying about, because most times we're not getting answered because God is like, I don't want to give you this. Sometimes we're not getting answered because there is something behind that desire coming to pass. It's legalities or the heart's posture or waiting, okay? But one of the biggest mistakes you could ever make is to stop praying. Don't stop praying. Don't stop praying. Continue praying foolishly, messily, weirdly, because I know a lot of people will be like, oh, you shouldn't pray like this. Continue praying, seeking God, seeking his wisdom until he gives you what you're asking for. And I want to say this again, something very powerful. Sometimes God is not going to give us what we're praying for, but he's going to give us the knowledge, the wisdom behind what we're praying for. A lot of the blessings that we're asking for is not something that we can handle. Yes. Goodbye.